Okay, in this video I'm going to kind of do a review or give my experiences with Delta Team Tactical and a brand name they use, Davidson Defense AR parts and uppers. And I'm going to kind of review this and give you my experience with it. I was kind of happy with the stuff I got, but I ran into a problem. And what I bought several things from them. Okay, and one time I did order something and wait over a month or something, but generally I got everything in 2 weeks, parts, pieces, little things they had on sale. Well, one thing I did buy is it was a disassembled kit in 300 blackout carbine with a pistol length gas tube, and what it was, it's the whole rifle without bolt carrier group in the lower is what it was. That was a kit they had on sale. I bought that. This is the one item I kind of ran into problems with. Now, I built an AR pistol in 300 blackout. That's another thing, this is the 300 blackout build. And what it was is I got the barrel on sale, I think from Centerfire Systems or something, a 7-inch barrel. I got the barrel on sale and I bought it. It was quite reasonable. So then I just went and assembled it with a Anderson upper and some cheap hand guards, you know. And I think AIM had just a heavy flash suppressor thing. There's no, it's like a forward direction flash suppressor. So I built this pistol. And it come out okay, and I liked it. And then, again, Delta Team Tactical had a sale on completed pistol uppers. And I bought this pistol upper from them. And it's just an assembled upper, 7-inch barrel, without a bolt carrier group or handle, and I put this sight on there. So I bought this, set it aside, and like with the build, I left it for months. You know, I didn't do anything with it. What I was going to do is build the blackout upper and sell the upper to somebody to go with their AR-15 that they have in 223 and just swap it out and like a little conversion upper. And then I was going to use the lower and the rest of the parts to do a build for a friend of mine, who, by the way, he canceled out of that. But so I got some spare parts. Well, like I said, my experience with Delta Team Tactical wasn't too bad, and most of the parts and components I got worked well. Okay, until I went to do this build, and like I said, I let it sit around for a month. So I start off as usual. I usually put in the forward assist and the door. And by the way, the door on this says 300 ACC. I bought that extra so I have, when I build something in an odd caliber, I'd like something on the receiver or the bolt charging handle to have the different caliber on it where it's visible. Okay, so I go to do the build, and I'm going to change the camera angle so I can show you what happened here. Okay, so when I go to do the build, I go to put the forward assist in and drive the pin down, the roll pin down, and lock it into the receiver. Well, it's binding, it isn't going, the pin doesn't go past. And I have the original one here. And what seemed to be happening is the pin, you can see the marks, would strike on the flat. It was like either the hole was off or it wasn't. You could see in the top there, maybe, where the pin was striking the thing and not hitting the flat part. So this got jammed in there. I could get the pin halfway down. That's what the score marks were. So something was out of alignment. Either the relationship for where the hole was for the pin, or maybe the hole that is, you know, machined in to the side of the upper receiver. One of these is off. So I had this jammed, I destroyed the pin I ordered, and then ripping it out with a wrench, I kind of scarred up the outside. So I ordered a whole new forward assist. Get the new one, same problem. So I took that forward assist, and what I did is I filed that surface there. I ground it, filed it, and got it to where it would go in and the pin would go through, and I got it installed. So I installed it, assembled the rest of the gun, put it all together, and I set it aside. And the guy that was interested in it decided he isn't interested in it, so I ended up with it. It's sitting there for a long time, and I said, you know what, maybe I'll go try it out and shoot it just to find out. So I go and put a bolt in, bolt carrier, and when I put it in the gun, I hear this ratcheting noise, and then when I went to battery and closed, it was stuck in there. I couldn't pull it out. So then what I had to do was take my modified forward assist out, because it was either protruding too far or something down in here, and I ground on it some more, and I actually ground on the tip. This tip here, ground some of that off on a grinder. So then I got it back in there, a bolt will go in and go to battery. Okay, but let's see what we got now. Now if I put it in there, even with the thing, and I use the forward assist, the forward assist does work and lock it in the battery. Okay, after even grinding on it. So then I started doing some more investigation into this Delta Team Tactical and Davidson Defense things. I went to some forums. Now granted, most of the posts are from 2016, but people had problems with the upper receivers coming apart and breaking and stuff, different things, a lot of suspicion. A lot of people are suspicious in that. So this is the one problem I had. Now I got a segment where I go out and I fire 10 rounds because I had a little bit of time the other day here and I just wanted to see if this thing would work. And I got 10 rounds out of it with no problem. Okay, and I used a bolt and that from another rifle that I had. I just put it in there, fired the 10 rounds, and you could see it on this clip that's coming up now. And so this problem here is all right. And I use these hokey plastic flip-up sights I bought, I think from Sportsman Guide or somewhere years ago. They're not worth a crap, you know, because I had them on another gun. But I got the rounds down range. It was shooting low. I have to get some other sights and work with this more, but I think it's all right. I didn't like the fact I had to grind and screw around with that forward assist, but it seems to be working now, which I believe the hole on the side here in the upper was dimensionally off. It wasn't bored right. But I got it to work, and I'll show you the clip on that, and I'll put that in where I shoot this, and then we'll go on to the next item. Okay, Delta Team Tactical sells a lot of these AR components, either uppers, completed, or kits online. And I bought this 300 Blackout. It was a rifle kit, and it was sold disassembled with everything but the bulk carrier group and the lower. And I didn't use the lower or anything else other than the upper. But when I put the upper together, I noticed there was a problem dimensionally with the forward assist, and I had some problems with it. So what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to test this out and see if I can get it to function in 300 Blackout without any problems. Okay, other than not having the magazine locked up all the way, we got 10 rounds through it with no problem. So obviously, we'll do some more work with it, test it out a little more. So this one was all right. Now we'll move on to the next product I got from him. Okay, the next item I bought was just an assembled pistol upper with no bolt carrier or charging handle. The sight is something I added on there. 7-inch barrel and 223. Just a basic gun. Again, Davidson Defense. So I just checked the headspace on this. The headspace is good. The headspace is with the bolt. And I had the Russian Tula ammo. So I just was nervous because I've heard all these stories. But granted, they were from 2016 and that. So I took this out and I fired it. And the only odd thing is with the bolt I used, which was the bolt that I built or used, I think I got it from AIM Surplus, the bolt carrier group. I used my the 300 Blackout pistol. I just put that in there. I had light strikes with the Tula ammo. Now the Tula ammo, I have fired in many different builds. Guns that I built for people. I usually test them out, test fire them with that ammo. I've never gotten a light strike. The only thing I can think is the firing pin looks on that flange in the back, looks a little strange. The primers might have been set too deep. I may have to clean that up, just like put that in a lathe and take 5/1000ths off the back end of that, or the face of that firing pin, and probably fix the problem. But other than that, this gun functioned all right on there. Oh, and the other, when I did the 300 Blackout, I was using a generic magazine that didn't quite lock in a place. I had to give it a smack because it was brand new. And it had some kind of weird finish on there, not like the standard GI ones. That was the only thing I had wrong with the 300 Blackout. This went off other than the light strikes. But they could be because of the firing pin. I headspaced this and that, and it works fine. So I can't really say that there's a problem with it. It's something, just a light tune-up maybe with that particular bolt. They're mass producing stuff now so much that, you know, there could be a slight thing with the firing pin. But I never, you know, honestly, I never did have trouble with that ammo in any other gun. And so I would continue to buy things from them. I won't buy a disassembled kit from them, but I'd buy an upper assembled, even if it is a Davidson Defense. And this company does sell other stuff, like Aerotech. It does sell stuff made by quality companies. Aerotech is good. I mean, their stuff's very good. Anderson is good. And all of these handguards and that are these kind of generic things. You can get them on eBay. They're all made in China. A lot of the parts in this kit are your basic low-end parts. And I've really never had trouble with them, okay? But, you know, it's up to the individual. What, you know, like handguards and that are no big deal. You know, you want to get fancy ones that cost $100 or $80, it's fine. I just basically need some handguards that, you know, stay on the gun. So I can't complain there. So that's my take on it. And I'll do the thing where I shoot this upper. But I've seen the company had some people criticizing pretty heavy. And the reason I didn't return that other upper is because I had it so long and I worked on it and screwed with it. So I got it working, and I'll just let it go at that. It wasn't terrible, but that is not a good quality control if you have a problem like that. And this assembled thing worked fine. Like I said, I did not get the bolt from them, and I think the problem lies in the bolt with the light strikes. So that was not on them. And so now we'll go and do, I I'll do where I fire this thing here a few times, and I had the light strikes. But all in all, and to be honest and fair, I've never returned anything to them. I've never had to deal with that or with a kit. I know some people said there were pieces missing, and they all said that the Delta Team Tactical people did respond, get back to them, and straighten things out. So their customer service is good, I guess. Like I said, I had one item I had to wait for a while. But all in all, I don't know if I'd really buy anything Davidson Defense from them again, but I did buy some things from them afterwards, so, and we'll go on with that in the next video. So here's the clip of me firing that, and that's kind of my experience in a nutshell and my take on it. And what it is really I didn't like what went on with that upper, but other than that, everything else has been good. So it's kind of a half and half, you know. You get what you pay for. And there's a lot of people out there on the different forums that have a pretty negative response to them. And there's some positive. There's people that bought stuff and it worked fine. They had their builds done and they shot them and they're good. Now I'll go on a little bit more about quality and some of this other stuff in my next video about the other gun that I built using parts from them. So watch this thing in action here, and that'll wrap this video up. Okay, the next product we have, again, Davidson Defense. And what this was is just a 7-inch barrel pistol upper in 5.56. So I built my 300 blackout pistol. Now I got this thing here, and I'm just going to try to see if I get the function. Now I'm using the bolt and charging handle from my other rig. Got a bit of a noise to it. Yeah.
That'd be pretty damn funny. I'm playing simple stupid.
Could be light strikes again with Tula ammo, or just not going to battery.
You don't have to be perfect, okay? We're gonna beat the shit out of it. Perfect. We're gonna be
As a grime or dirt or something. Let me try getting them rounds to go off.
I like it.
Okay, all the cases show light strike, more or less. And it could just be grime. I may or may not have cleaned this out before I fired it. Or then again, it could be that Russian steel cased ammo. Yep, light striking. Got to be the ammo. But so far so good. Something maybe you'll have to take up further testing on.